I like printf for formatting in Python because it's very similar to an older way of formatting. And it's, I think, the simplest way to format once you understand this and this, how this substitutes for this. So this guy is a special character. Are we talking about escape characters in here or not? We haven't been, have we? Okay. So yeah, so the percent all by itself is just a percent. But the minute you put percent by a format specifier, it doesn't print out %d anymore. It is looking for a integer. Yeah, I know d should be decimal, right? But it's looking for an integer, which we happen to have an integer. So this goes into this. If we had, I should have an example of more of them in here, shouldn't I? More than one? Oh, I don't. Okay, so if we wanted to have, I don't know why I don't have an example of two. So if I wanted to have more, so for instance, I wanted to add math.py in here, I could put math.py, right? Oh, it's capital, isn't it? Why did they capitalize the pi in math.py?
No.
No. It's a constant. One of the rules of programming is all constants are higher uppercase. So this is a constant already, and many people assign this to a variable. It already is a constant. You don't have to assign it to a variable.
They don't do that in Python. I'm pretty sure Python lowercase.
I can't remember. But this is a constant already. And I had a couple people that actually entered in 3 point whatever. Well, it's already built in. Use the one that's built in. And it already is a constant. Math is in there just to say that's the library it comes from. That's all that's in there for. So this one is going to go here, right? Now, what if I want math.py to print out? What do you think I would do?
Math.py equals here.
No, this is the variable printing over here. This variable we want to print over here. Follow the same pattern.
Yeah, I have a math.py equals and then the format.
Oh, yes, you're right. Sorry. Correct.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry. So, and you were correct. Equals, and then, yes, you're correct. Sorry. I was like, oh, no, that's not right. So depending on how many places of pi we want it to do, good thing F is floating numbers. So we'll do 4. So this is called a placeholder. And when we get to doing SQL, we'll be using placeholders. Because that's one of the ways you can prevent SQL injection, because you don't actually pass the variable into the SQL when it's going out to the user. So we'll be using matching placeholders like this, and these always match in an ordered fashion. I think I did that right.
I just look, if you look up top, actually, now I look at it, it uses just pi instead of math.py. Why, like, if you look at the string above, yeah, right there.
That's just a string.
Yeah, but they both use math.py.
That would be better, wouldn't it?
Well, what would be the difference?
This is just displaying.
It's just a string. It could be anything.
It could be anything. This has to be math.py because pi is from the math library. Well, you could import the math library and all that stuff, but most people just do math.py.
If you imported math, could you say just pi?
I think so.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember how to import things in Java. I'd have to look it up.
Probably like import Java util math. Yeah, it's just like file locations, like import.
It'd be something like this. It's probably like java dot something. And then I don't know if you can do the same thing you can in Python and say from. But if you had this here, yeah, if you had imported it here, then that you wouldn't have to use the whole thing. I like this just because then I know, where it came from. I don't know. You can do it either way. Oh, look at there. So we can print various levels of pi. And there's a bunch of other, oh, how'd that end up back there? Where'd it go? There it is. So here we have all the different stuff I pulled from someplace. Do you need all those? No. Do you need to memorize them? No, you just bring them in when you want. But printf does not do a line return. So you have to put a slash in at the end. So you can get a new line. Oh yeah, there it is. Math and all kinds of things and, rounding things up and percentage and all that. System out format allows you to define a string. So if we're using a method, we don't want to hard code how we're delivering the text or the printout in the method. We want to return a formatted string. Oh, this is not an example of that, but we'll look at that when we do methods. Yeah, I really don't have an example of that. So in this case, well, this doesn't do it either, does it? Just a second. Pause. Paste that in there. Write system that format. Create an example that shows returning a formatted string from a method. Yeah. So why would we want to not hard code how we display it in a method? Or do we want to hard code how it's displayed in a method?
Maybe for debugging, but not typically.
Does every program we write going to be a console program? No.
No.
So if we have a formatted string, we don't care what kind of interface we have. We could have a web interface. We could have it on a phone. We could have it on a GUI interface. We have the string. We can display it however we want, which is one of those decoupling principles, meaning that if we return this string from this method, how we display it is completely up to us. We don't have to rewrite the method. We would display it here, and then it'll be just fine. If I want to do this on a web page, if I want to do it as a GUI, it doesn't matter. I've got the string all by itself. I can display it how I want to display it. Does that make sense? That way it's ready to go. It's ready to print. I just have to display it with my, choice of how I want to display it. And we've worked on the same thing in Python. We don't want to hard code how we display it here. We want to be able to return it and then decide how we want it to be printed. So that's why all this does is make it look pretty. We print it over here. We display it on a website. We put it on a fishbowl. We put it on a banner that's being written in the sky. We put it in a 3D printer. At the beginning, and if it's always going to be a CLI program, yeah, you could do that, but it's a better practice not to print and display things in your methods. Don't get input in your methods. Use methods to do things.